with his highest ranking of the day in 3rd place.
And a great move on Jack Baldwin, but Baldwin is not happy with that car. There is something, particularly under braking. He does not seem to be as aggressive as the Gentilozzi's or as Tommy Archer was earlier when he lost those positions. But look now how much Gentilozzi has pulled out. But remember, Gentilozzi is not chasing this championship, so I suppose he can afford to be a little bit more aggressive.
Indeed, and of course he wants to make it 2 in a row as far as he's concerned. The last time he raced in Trans Am competition, he won at Portland. He's currently 3rd. Baldwin, who leads the championship chase, racing 4th. Ron Fellows now applying the pressure in car number 4, the Mustang, right behind the 25 Camaro of Baldwin.
And we see Jack Baldwin fall back. I suppose the main thing we could consider for Jack Baldwin is, as long as he finishes ahead of his own teammate Scott Sharp, who's 3 positions behind him at this moment, maybe he thinks he's relatively safe.
Ron Fellows started this day 38 points out of 1st place. He's 3rd in the point standing, so he's still mathematically alive, but for all intents and purposes, it's teammates with the battle, and here comes Ron Fellows right now. He makes the pass, and now suddenly Baldwin is back to 5th. Can he answer the challenge? Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Under braking, particularly, that's where we see all the passes being made on Jack Baldwin. He will not be happy with that car at the end of the back straight.
Let's find out more about Baldwin and any potential problems as we check in again with Jan Beekes.
We checked in immediately with his crew chief, Nick Short, and he says he has not said anything on the radio, even during that caution period, about anything under braking. So unless this just happened now, as far as they know, there's no problem with the car.
Baldwin now finds himself in that number 25 Hot Wheels Camaro in 5th position, and just 2 spots back in 7th. There's Scott Sharp in car number 33, and he's got George Robinson right off his back spoiler in car number 74. A little bit of traffic to contend with. We've got a problem with the 4 car on the front straightaway. Ron Fellows has pulled off. He is moving very, very slowly. One of the Archers was also challenging up there, but we're keeping an eye on the Ford Mustang of Fellows. He won the last time out. And look at this traffic jam. Now it's Baldwin, Archer, Sharp, Robinson all together. And the Archer in car number 32, that's Bobby Archer, has now moved into 5th place. Baldwin, who led, is now back to 6th, and he's got Sharp right behind him, his teammate.
And it's almost with every corner things change here. Bobby Archer tried to pass Jack Baldwin under braking for turn 2, but look at Baldwin come back.
Baldwin comes back this time on Bobby Archer. He has the line this time, and he regains a spot. So after sliding steadily back through the field, he's now started a counterattack, and he's gained one of those positions back.
But now he says, this is enough. I've been passed too many times here. This is how they did it to me. I'm going to do exactly the same thing to Bobby Archer, and he does it very well down the inside. And remember, Scott Sharp is the man really he's trying to beat here. Scott Sharp in the Duracell Camaro, his teammate, just 2 cars behind him.
Let's check now on the fortunes of Ron Fellows as we go back to Jan Beekes.
We checked in with team owner Tom Gloy, and we found out it was a drive line problem. Either a drive shaft, transmission, something. No drive. The engine is fine, just doesn't get to the rear wheels. Gary?
Ron Fellows, who won at Lime Rock and also at Elkhart Lake, was 3rd in points. There's Tom Gloy, the owner. Fellows has seen his long shot hopes for the championship apparently go by the wayside with an early departure driveline problems. What a tough break for the Canadian driver out of Toronto, Ron Fellows. Now let's see if Sharp can put pressure on Archer. We're talking about Bobby Archer in the 32 red Dodge right in front of the 33 Camaro. We keep an eye on them. They are battling currently in 5th and 6th places. After, of course, Fellows dropped out, they gained a spot. We should also point out that Greg Pickett continues to set the pace as the leader of this race.
And what Scott Sharp needs now is as many long, hard, fast laps in succession as he can get, because he went the conservative route on the tires. We mentioned it earlier. So he needs to try and... Oh, look at, he corrects it. Great.
That was a great
shot there as he turns into the corner. Car gets away from him. You see him correct it, bring the car back, and then continue on his way.
And it gives us just a taste of how hard these drivers are working on this great 2.25-mile circuit to set the pace at Mid-Ohio. A man who won here 6 years ago in 1986, a man who won a Trans Am championship in the late 70s. He's on top of the moment, but right now, this is the fight we're keeping a close eye upon. It involves Paul Gentilozzi, who is 3rd. Fourth place, Jack Baldwin in 25. Then you've got Bobby Archer in 32. And we've also got Scott Sharp in number 33. Now, Buzz McCall is a man who, of course, calls the shots for the two men in the championship hunt, Baldwin and Sharp. Let's get a word from him.
Well, we're standing by with Buzz, and now your whole strategy changes now that Ron Fellows is out of the race.
Well, it really does, Jan. Let's put it this way. American Equipment Company is going to win the Drivers' Championship. I don't know which one. Going to be Jack or Scott. Ron dropping out eliminates him from the championship run. So me as a team owner, I'm real happy. Now the two guys are going to have to decide who's going to win.
So now are they backing off because of that, or are they just going to go out there and race each other?
Yeah, we're certainly going to take a more conservative strategy. And I know now Scott and Jack are basically going to race each other because it's going to go down to the last race, this and the last race of the season, between which of the two of them is going to win the championship.
Thank you, Buzz.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Gary?
Now, Derek, you're a driver. You've been in these situations. Is it easy to become conservative?
No, I don't think so, particularly for Scott Sharp, because all he can do is try and be aggressive and maybe win the championship. Remember, there are no team orders between these two teammates, and only the last race at Elkhart Lake, they hit each other trying to make a pass, and Scott Sharp went off the road. So it's an interesting thing between teammates, and as far as they're allowed, just fight it out on the racetrack.
And again, Baldwin in 25, that's the blue car you see, is currently 4th, and Sharp in the 33 car is 6th. And he continues to saw away back there, working against Bobby Archer. But right now, he's not able to make the move to get by him.
And Scott Sharp is threatening to pass Bobby Archer. His style in the past, many times, is to come on stronger as the race goes on. Now watch this here.
You spoke the words, and here he comes. It could be dramatic at any moment. He makes the pass cleanly. So Sharp now has Baldwin right in front of him. Oh, Archer trying to sneak back and take a look, but he's unable to make the pass and regain the position. So Sharp now has moved up to 5th. That's the highest he's been at any time in this competition today. Remember now, he's number 2 in points. He started 5th, slipped back to 8th. Now he's back in the number 5 spot. Well, we've been constantly alluding to the points battle raging between Scott Sharp and Jack Baldwin. Earlier, we asked Sharp about the thought of battling his teammate for the championship.
Well, I really think my strategy is pretty straightforward and simple. Hammer to the floor and get as many points as I can, whether that means obviously trying to get on the pole, lead as many laps as possible, and win the race. I mean, there's 66 available points left in the season, and I only need 9 to catch up to Jack, so you don't think really that's that big of a deal, but he's been running so consistent that I really got to try to gather any points I can wherever I can get them. Scott Sharp this year has won at Mosport, also on the streets of Des Moines. Baldwin has a pair of wins himself this year. He won at Watkins Glen and also in Quebec, I believe. He's also had those 4 second-place finishes. Now let's check back again with Jan Likas from the pit side.
Well, Gary, Derek Daly was talking about Scott Sharp being the master of conserving his car. He told me that he thinks that Greg Pickett is the best one on the circuit doing that. Now, of course, he's our leader. He's also on those soft tires. Now, I don't think it might have anything to do with the fact that he is dating, Scott Sharp is dating Greg Pickett's daughter, Kim. Gary?
A little social note thrown in here in the racing action as well as we continue to watch Scott Sharp in the number 33 car. He is the defending Trans Am Series champion. Came into this race, the next to the last race of the season, trailing his teammate Baldwin by 9 points. The winner of the race gets 30.